Okay, my next project is going to be Toyota power steering box. I'm going to be tapping it to attach a hydraulic assist ram. But I got to rebuild the ram too. It's got a leaky seal up there, and then clean it up and paint it because it looks like crap. Yeah. So first step is you got to take it apart. A couple things about this box though. I'll show you over here. I got the internals from the box that I made into a idler arm. Here's the piston inside this chamber here. Yeah, it basically pushes fluid back and forth to turn this sector shaft here, which is these teeth on here. There's teeth on the sector shaft, and as you turn this, it winds this worm gear here, and it moves this piston up and down. But when you're taking it apart, you got to be really careful because there's little ball bearings. I think there's 44 or 52 of them in here, and if you pop them out, if they fall out, it's a major pain in the butt to get them back in. I kind of jammed this on there, but yeah, all little ball bearings, they ride in between the worm cuts and inside the piston, so be really careful. So yeah, I'm gonna start disassembling the box. Right now we gotta center it because the teeth are gonna be like that right now. You want them centered so you can pull it straight out. So what I've done to find center is I've marked full left, so I'm just gonna turn her all the way right. Okay, and now I'm gonna mark it full right. And now all we gotta do is find the middle. This will also help when we're putting the pitman arm back on, because it's a bit of a pain in the butt to center it. So between there and there is about there. So cranker that away. Right about there would be center. So I've already got the I got the top bolts out of the sector shaft, so we'll just give her a little tap, and I'm getting a phone call. Okay, when you take this thing apart, it's gonna puke. Like there's no way to drain it completely, so have a few rags handy, or I don't know, just catch it into a bucket or something, but it will drain whatever is in it left. So I might set something up down there and then tap it that way so it into the bucket. Alright, well I got a Chevy hubcap. It's the only thing a Chevy's good for is freaking catching oil and crap. So yeah, I'll just tap her out. You don't want to use a hard hammer either. That had some water in it. That's not good. Yeah, just use like a rubber mallet or something. That way you don't damage threads or seals or anything. Yeah, that's not good. That thing has water in it. That's because that was all open. Yeah, you see the teeth are, well, they're not perfectly centered, but they're pretty close. So now pull the shaft out. No, it was centered. It just slid sideways. Come on. There we go. Cool. Yeah, and that's all there is to taking the sector shaft out. Now we'll crank her all the way left so that I'll show you guys inside. We got to crank her all the way left to get the piston up as high as we can get it. Cool, we'll just set the sector shaft. We'll set the do it again. We'll set the sector shaft to the side and start taking apart the rest of the box. Just gonna drain it a bit more. Good enough. Okay, yeah, see the teeth and stuff like that? Now we're gonna crank her all the way left to get the piston up all the way. That little thing, oh, I wonder if, doesn't look like the, wait a second. Okay, no wait, never mind. I was concerned about the little Teflon ring right there. But we're just seeing that little groove, so that's fine. Now I'll just unbolt these 4 bolts and pull her out. But we'll be very, very, very careful not to let that spin off. Otherwise, these little ball bearings will fall out. And I've never done it, but apparently it is a major pain in the butt to get them back in. So I'm just gonna avoid the situation altogether. That's a tight fit. Okay. I think my 14 mil thinks it's a 9/16. Okay. Yeah, you want to be as careful as you can. Now that I said that, it'll probably slip out and friggin' break or something. There we go. Yeah, see how easily that spins? That's because those ball bearings want to pop out. Okay, that little Teflon ring, what I was talking about, you want to really be careful with it on that edge because those edges are razor sharp and they will tear that ring if you're not careful. So I'm just going to put the camera down. Try to show you guys if I can. It's still puking. Easy, easy. Come on. Almost there. There we go. Okay, see, tendency is for this thing to spin like that, but you can't let it. So now we'll set her down somewhere clean. That's weird. Friggin' watermarks. That's bad. You don't want water getting into these. Alright, now we just gotta drain her and friggin' clean her up and start tapping it. Okay, when we tap our power steering boxes, lots of people, I've seen people tap them on like in between the D and the A, or anywhere else along pretty much that path there, because that will, oops, that'll put it right about in there, just above that that bearing there, and it'll keep it out of the way of everything else. So, and that will be our turn left. This is pressure left, and this up here, that little vein, there's a vein that runs all the way along the top. You can see the hole right there, and there's the rest of it, the other part. So it runs along the entire top. We have to hit that, but that will be pressure right, because when we turn right, it pushes the piston, which pushes the fluid out the back and then up into the hose that we're gonna install when we tap it. So yeah, this is turn left, this is turn right. Okay, so I'm just going to gather a few supplies and start tapping it. last box I tapped is actually this one. It's the one that I pulled all the stuff off to turn into a idler arm. But I tapped it right around there. I won't do that again. I'm going to tap it right here because there's a lot more meat above the hole. When I tapped it back there, there wasn't a whole lot to thread into, so it ended up leaking, which is why I made an idler arm out of it. But yeah, so this has got probably, I don't know, enough for another thread or something in her, so we're going to tap it right there. And I think I'm going to put it back here, right there. I think that'll work. Because I've heard people put them here and then when they got bigger tires on or whatever and full stuff, they start to smack it, cut the tires up, and or break the fitting off, which would suck. So yeah, I don't know, either like up front here somewhere or on that cymbal. The only thing, I don't know if it's going to hit the teeth or not. I don't think it will, but I don't know. I don't really want to take the chance, because then I scrapped another power steering box. But if I do scrap it, then I'll just build another idler arm out of this one, because we bought these spares to build idler arms with, so I guess it doesn't really matter if I wreck it or not. So yeah, so I tried on the T, or on the DA Toyota. Alright, yeah, I friggin' center punched her right between the D and the A, and I center punched her right there. My pen likes to leak a lot, so yeah, but yeah, so I guess we'll drill a small pilot hole, and then we'll drill a little bit bigger hole, and then we'll do the full size hole, and then we'll tap it. The fittings I'm using are 1/4 inch, so we're going to need a 1/4 inch pipe thread tap. Okay, I just started drilling and I realized something. That is way too close to that edge there, so I moved the drill point to right there, because that's actually more in line with that groove in the box where it kind of tapers up at the high point. So that is way too close to that, because once I drilled up to the big size, like the full size, and then tap it, it's just going to be a hair left there, so glad I stopped when I did. Yeah, so yeah, I'll just finish drilling her, and then yeah. Okay, something to note, you're going to want to stuff a rag down in here so you don't get shavings down into those roller bearings down there. But also when you're drilling this top hole here, you do not want to drill into this bottom part there. When you hit the void, just drill a little bit further, but you don't want to penetrate the bottom part. Like, if you do that, then you wreck the box. So yeah. Okay, I just got the hole drilled. You can tell when you hit the void, because it'll just, this drill bit will just sink. But like you read the tutorials and stuff, and people are like, be extremely careful not to hit the bottom or nothing like that. But look, you got like friggin' 1/4 inch to drill through. It's not like, holy crap, you gotta be extremely careful. You gotta be careful, but you don't have to be extremely careful. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but I got the little piece of wire I'm fishing through just to kind of clean out the threads inside. But yeah, that should pick up a bunch of little drillings. Whoa, yeah, it just help clean out the gunk. But yeah, now I'm through, I'm going to swap up to a bigger drill bit and have at her. Alright, you can see, come on, just at her. Yeah, there you can see I hit, come on! I hit that channel just perfect. So I took it down just a little bit past that, but I got tons to bite into now. Not like down there, that wasn't any good. But yeah, I gotta do one more step up and then I can start tapping the hole. But yeah, like I still have another 1/4 inch after where I just stopped drilling before I'm through. Now I just gotta drill her there and do one more step up. I don't remember what size drill bit this is, but I started off with something tiny, like think this is 8th or something, or... Okay, got her tapped. I just used my impact gun with, I don't know, big friggin' British socket on it with the little tapping antler stuffed in the end of it, and she works perfect. So the drill bit I used was 29/64, and she works just perfect. It threads in almost all the way, which is good. It starts to get tight right around here, and yeah, that's all I can do by hand, so not bad. Once I tighten her down, she'll be perfect. The only thing is that like, that's the angle, and that box part's flush against the back, or against the core support, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of modifying on it, but that's not a big deal. So I don't plan on putting this in right away anyways. Alright, so I'll just drill out the top and then tap her and get her done. Alright, well I got her drilled out to 29/64, so now I'm just going to run a tap in. I hope I'll be able to get it deep enough. We'll see how she goes. Because I know with that one I got the tap in like all but I think 4 threads, so it's got to go about that far in, and I don't think that hole's that deep, but we'll see. See how she goes. Alright, well I got her threaded in. She's just under halfway threaded in. What I had to do is take this antler over to the grinder, and I had to grind the end down a little bit. I should focus. But yeah, I ground a little bit off her so she get a little bit deeper. It's not a big deal. It's still, there's still a taper on it, so yeah. Friggin' chooch it. Now begins the fun task of cleaning. Yeah, gotta try to get all the little scrapings and friggin' filings and chunks of metal and crap. Like, I prevented a lot from getting in with the rag, so throw her on the parts washer and scrub it. First thought would be to friggin' shoot air down in there, but that would just jam the filings up in there, so that's a bad idea. And I was thinking maybe shoot air up into there and blast her out the backside, so see how that works. Air should be a last resort to get filings out. Just for that reason, you don't want them clogging up little veins and crap inside the box. Alright, well I've got the box all cleaned up now, so I'm just going to start throwing her back in. When we put this in, we got to make sure that that's facing that way and that this is all the way turned to the left. Once I got the box reassembled, I'll clean up that. I just don't want to get any crap in or around that stuff, so yeah, just start throwing her back together the way we took her apart. Okay, well that's pretty much lined up. Like, just give her a left and right test to see how far we can go before she maxes out. Okay, that's one way. Yeah, it's pretty close. That's hurting my fingers a little bit, so I'll throw the thing back on her. And that's maxed out the other way, and yeah, that's where I had it. So, freaking Bob's your uncle. We just tapped and rebuilt a power steering box.